Hello everybody and welcome back to this Simple Space Shooter tutorial series. This is episode 5, and in this episode I'll be covering a menu system. So the first thing you guys want to do is either draw your sprites, both the start and quit sprite, or just download them from the resource pack I have. There will be a link in the description if you guys haven't already downloaded it. And then go ahead and turn them into objects, and we're going to start in our object start here. So we want it to go to the next room when we click on it. So we're going to add event, mouse right here, and then left pressed, and then say room go to next _next. And that'll make it to where it goes to the room direct. So we're actually going to make another room here in a bit. And I'm going to rename these rooms. I'm going to have a menu and then the room we play in. And the menu needs to be above the room we play in so that when we click on this button, it'll go to the next room, which will be the room where our ship is. And this will function perfectly fine, but I want to make it a little nicer looking, so I'm going to have it grow and shrink depending on whether the user has their mouse inside or outside of the button. So I'm going to go to add event, mouse enter, and then just scale it up. So image x scale equals 1.2, and then image y scale equals the same number, 1.2, and that'll scale it up when our mouse is inside of it. Now we want it to scale back down, so we're going to go to add event mouse and then mouse leave down here, and then I'm just going to set the image x scale back to 1, and then the image y scale also back to 1. And now that'll work. And then I'm going to do pretty much the same thing with the object quit here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the scaling first. So mouse enter, and then I want it to grow again. Image x scale equals 1.2, and image y scale also equals 1.2. And then and then also have it shrink, so mouse leave, image x scale equals 1, and image y scale equals 1. And now the only thing that's going to be different is when we click on the quit event, we don't want to go to any other rooms, we just want to end the game. So mouse left pressed, and then game _end, and then the parentheses set. And those buttons are now ready to go. So let's go ahead and create our rooms, or our one room, the menu. So to do that, I'm not actually going to create room. I'm just going to duplicate this one that we already have, because I don't want to go through figuring out all the width and height and stuff. It's not too hard, but let's just save some time. So up here in the room 0, we're going to rename it as room _menu, and then this next room here we're going to rename as rm _main. And then in the menu room, and we need to make sure we're in the menu room here, we're going to delete our ship, and we're going to delete our spawner event. Oops, not do that. And then we're going to drag our buttons into the room, and now I'll show you what that looks like. And there we go. And if I start the game, it does. But now what happens is we do not go back to the menu. So let's go ahead and do that. So we need to go into our object spawner. And in the step event, we want to create a new variable. And it's going to be an alarm. So restart _ALRM equals the room speed. So we have a new alarm here, and let's go ahead and use it in our step event. So I'm going to modify this right here by getting rid of this and then copying and pasting this one. I'm actually going to cut and paste it inside of these parentheses with an if there. So if that, then this. And now I want to, if this isn't true, then it'll just skip it. Either way, it's going to run this next part though. And this next part is going to be the alarm going down. So restart alarm equals itself start alarm -1. So now our alarm is going down. And now I'm going to check something. I'm going to check if actually I don't think I even, or actually yeah, if restart ALRM, and we're going to check if it hits 0, then we're going to go to the previous room. So room, go to previous right here. And now it'll give us a little bit of a delay and then go back to the menu room. So let me play that and show you what it looks like. So I'm going to hit start and I'm going to die. And now it says game over, and it went super fast, but there was a pause there. So let me go ahead and make it go a little slower. I'm going to say -0.5 for the alarm going down. So now I'll hit start and die again. And there we go. Again, I feel like that's a little too fast, so I'm actually going to go into this create event and just do the room speed ×4. And now I will go ahead and die again. And game over. And there we go. I like that. Now let's go ahead and display our score in the menu room. So to do that, or this is the menu room, sorry, we're going to drag this object spawner here, but we need to modify the code so that it doesn't show the lives anymore, or the current score. So to do that, we're going to go into our object spawner, and in the step event, up here in the draw event, actually, we're going to do some checking for everything but the high score right here, and not this part because we already have it checking. So if the room, we're going to check if it's the main room that we're playing in. So if room, and we're checking, so double equals rm_main. So if this is true, then we will run this code here, which will display our score and our lives, because we don't want that to show up in our menu because we're not playing. And also, this does something cool where the menu has the asteroids coming down because we're not getting rid of this code. This code here is still going to run. So I'll show you what that looks like. And there we go. We have our high score. And we have our asteroids coming down, and now let's hit start, and we can play, and our score and our lives are displayed now. And when I die, I'll go back, game over, and now we wait, and it takes us back. That's it for this episode. And the next episode, this game is pretty much done. I've found though that it's pretty easy to play continuously. So in the next episode, I'm gonna have it to where our ship eventually runs out of ammo, and then you can pick up ammo crates just to make it a little more challenging, so you can't just go on and on. But that is it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and thanks for watching.